Okay, so on page 175, again, we're going to use my little loop or swooshy, and we're going to solve log equations. And again, I can't say this enough. If it's in log form and it's not helping you solve, put it in exponential form. If it's in exponential and it's not helping you solve, put it in logarithmic form. So this is in log form right now, and it's not helping me the way it is. So I'm going to start at my base, and I'm going to make my little swoosh or my loop around the equal sign. So you're going to get 4 to the third equals 5x minus 1. You can solve this. 4 to the third is 64, 5x minus 1, add the 1 over. You're going to get 65. 65 divided by 5 is 13, and there's your answer. So let's try. So I'm going to get 2 to the 5th equals x minus 6. 2 to the 5th is 2 times 2, which is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16, times 2 is 32. And then you're going to add the 6 over, so 38 is going to equal x. And then you always need to check your answer to make sure you don't get something extraneous. So I'm just going to grab my calculator, and I'm just going to plug in the 38 right here. So I'm going to do log base 2, 38 minus 6. Enter, 5. 5 is my answer. Life's perfect. Number 8's a little bit harder. You cannot swoosh yet because you have 2 logs. You can only make your little swoosher convert to exponential form when there's 1 logarithm. So because I'm adding, I can condense this log. So I have log 5x, x minus 1 equals 2. Then don't forget the hiding base down here is 10. So I'm going to make my little swoosh like that. So 10 squared equals, and I'm going to multiply this out, 5x squared minus 5x. I'm going to move the 10 squared, also known as 100, to the other side because this is a quadratic. And we want quadratics to equal 0 because I can factor and use the zero product property. I'm going to divide everything here by a 5, so 0 equals x squared minus x minus 20. Then I factor this. Oops. Got the equal sign. Let's try that again. 0 equals x minus 5, x plus 4. Negative 5 times positive 4 makes a negative 20. Negative 5 plus positive 4 makes a negative 1. So x equals 5 and negative 4. Again, go back and check your answer. So I'm going to grab my calculator. I'm going to type log. I don't need to write a base. Actually, let's do it this way. Let's do 5 stow, I did control and the little variable button, into x. So now every time I press x on the screen, it's going to think it's 5. So I press x, enter, it thinks it's 5. Now I'm just going to type that equation the way that I see it. Make my life a little bit easier. Log 5x plus log of x minus 1, enter, 2. 5 works. Now if you type negative 4 and you stow that into x and press enter, now every time you press x, it's going to think that it's negative 4. I'm just going to arrow up and highlight this equation. Once you highlight it and press enter, it'll copy and paste it back down. Between here and here, you have changed x to negative 4, so this will recalculate the equation. And it says non-real result, which means the negative 4 is extraneous. So my only real answer is my 5. Okay, last problem. Again, you have to condense, so I'm going to have log base 4, and you're going to multiply those two together, so x squared plus 12x equals 3. Now you can make your swoosh. 4 to the third equals x squared plus 12x. Again, we want this to equal 0, so 0 equals x squared plus 12x minus 64. So I need 2 factors of 64 that are going to make me get 12. A positive 12. So if you do 0 equals x plus 16, x minus 4, positive 16 times negative 4 gets me my negative 64, positive 16 plus negative 4 makes my positive 12. X equals negative 16 and positive 4. And when you check both of these, you should get that negative 16 is extraneous. Let's just check that. 4 works. So I'm just storing 4 in my calculator and then typing in my equation. So all I did was stow 4 and then I typed my equation. I get 3, which is what it said it should be. I knew that negative 16 was going to be extraneous because of the following. If I take negative 16 and just plug it into this piece right here, you're going to get log base 4 of negative 16. And what's that saying is this equals something. So if I convert this, what you're saying is negative 4 to some magical power, nope, sorry, positive 4 to some magical power is going to make me negative 16. There is no power that you can put in here that's going to make this 4 become a negative anything. You can square it, you can cube it, you can square root it, but it's not going to change the sign out front, which is why I immediately knew that this negative 16 was not going to work. Hopefully this makes sense to you, and now you can do your homework.